Welcome back to Nicholas. This comic corner classic, that's non-classic. This was 2490 in Doubleshot 2484. You're thinking, 2490? Does that mean it makes 10 episodes before episode 2700? Yes, it does. Yep, and we have another JLA book and Teen Titans. But here's the thing. Not only have a physical JLA book, we now also have a physical Teen Titans book. We have JLA Volume 7, which collect issues 77 to 83. And here are your writers. This might surprise you. Joe Kelly, Denny O'Neil, and Rick Vench. Artwork, Doug Mankey, who I think is the main writer, the main artist of this book. Duncan Rasu, Tan Engine Hot, Chris Cross, and Daryl Banks. The cover art is Doug Mankey and Tom Nugent, who's the inker of the book. And of course, they have the card of a Superman. So the first issue, 77, is all focused upon the Atom. Yeah, it's basically an Atom solo issue in JLA. Because the whole issue is all about him with the Justice League. Yep. So, and also apparently the Justice League have lost the memories of Superman. But apparently Ray Palmer remembers who he is. Very interesting story. Yep. And move on to 77, 78, where we basically have Joe Kelly here. So, yeah. This is called Rules of Engagement. And you're thinking, okay, how long is this story arc? Rules of Engagement is a 2-part story. Yep. Yeah, it's a quick 2-parter, which basically has the JLA go to space and take on Kanjuro. Kanjuro, who the heck is that? He's an old Justice League villain who I believe made his debut in issue 2 of the original series. Yeah, I think it was JLA. I think it was Justice League America number 2. Yeah, actually it's issue 3. So yeah, I guess that Joe Kelly thought it would be a good idea to have him take him on this guy for a couple issues. And then moving on to issue 80, we have Rules of Engagement. Yeah. Yeah. This is the White Rage. White Rage is basically a quick 3-parter. It mostly involves basically take on some government agents for a few issues. Yeah, because apparently like Justice League is framed. You could say I think this story is maybe loosely adapted for an episode of, well, that of course leads to a group known as the Axis America. Yeah. And they're here for like a very short period of time. Yeah, aside from, they're only here for these 3 issues. After 82, they're pretty much disbanded. Yeah, they're basically a racist group. Because of course they are. And then we have American Nightmare for issue 83, which is simply put, take on Professor Ivo. Yeah, it's mostly focused on Martian Manhunter's mind. And then we have Trial by Fire, which is a 4-part story. Takes issues 84 to 87. And pretty much the main villain of these issues is the Burning Martians. Yep. Yeah, they're pretty much the main villains here. They're here from issues 84 to 89. So basically, this, you know, the wraps with 87. Yeah, the next couple issues basically would deal with them. Yeah, really interesting story arc this is. Of course, more aliens. Yeah, then we have issue 90, where this issue involves, get this, Batman and Wonder Woman going on a date. And he's like, we gotta talk, we gotta do this. He's like, fine. Sunday, dinner, the manor. Don't be late. Yeah, dinner at his house. All because they made out. And this is something that barely that they use for Justice League animated series. Yep, this very brief romance is barely... Here's the strange thing about this romance between Wonder Woman and Batman. As far as I can tell, this is not even mentioned in the book. It's a brief one-off. Yeah, then we have the last research called Extinction. Or basically plastic calls people in to deal with some monkeys. It's a story done by Danny O'Neill. And it's very strange. Yeah. There's not very much to say about it. And here's the sad thing about this storyline when the final issue came out. This is 2 years before the series ended. Yeah, before it was relaunched just like America. Pretty interesting book for what it is. We're getting close to wrapping up the book. Yeah, and by the way, the very next time we discuss this one, that'll be the end of JLA. And that will be quite interesting because basically the very first story arc is a backdoor pilot. Yes, seriously. And it establishes retcons by John Byrne because he basically takes over from Joe Kelly for the next 6 issues. I will be discussing that when I talk about JLA Volume 8, the final trade I discussed for this particular series. And here's the thing. When I finish up JLA, there's only like a few major Justice League books left to go. Like, what is there left? Well, when I finish this book up, I'll be replacing it with Justice League Americas and, of course, Justice League Europe. And once both books are finished, even when the Justice League Europe is relaunched as Justice League International Volume 2, that'll be, once I finished up, then I'll replace it with Justice League America Volume 1. And once that's finished, be done with Justice League. Yep. Next up we have is Teen Titans Volume 8, Titans of Tomorrow. This collected issues 50 to 54. Now, I was initially told Jeff Johns worked on this storyline, because here's the strange thing about this story. Did you know that this Batman returned in DC Rebirth? Yes, Jameson brought back this very Batman for a lonely place of living, which later led into Super Sons of Tomorrow. Yes, an excellent storyline. Now, this is not written by Jeff Johns. Nope, this is done by Sean McKeever, who takes over the book for the next 21 issues, basically about 2 years. He's in this book. Yeah, he leaves with a crossover with Titans. Yep, so aside from him as the writer, you have Ali Garza, Jamal Ingle, Eddie Burrows, and Randy Green. Mostly put, the Titans of Tomorrow basically put Tim Drake as Batman, Connor Kent is now Superman, and of course, Cass Hamburg is now Wonder Woman in the future. Yep. Also, Bart is Kid Flash, but in a costume that looks very much like the Reverse Flash costume, but a little different. Miss Martian is now fully white, and of course, Kid Devil is beefier. Yeah, but issue 50 is basically done by 4 writers, and this technically is Jeff Johns' last issue he does the book. Yep. You could definitely say it's his last ever issue he does for Teen Titans, because to my knowledge, he's never done Teen Titans ever since then. It's one story done by 4 writers. You have Sean McKeever, Jeff Johns, Marv Wolfman, and Todd Zedico. Yep. And this is an introduction to the Future Titans, which are literally kind of like a new and by the way, Miss Martian is now a Martian Manhunter. Yeah, Titans of Tomorrow, which basically, they say the first appearance was in Titan/Legion Special. Yeah. And it's like they're there for that story and they appear sporadically, and after this story here, they don't appear ever again. Get this. Their next appearance is in the storyline Super Sons of Tomorrow in a flashback. Actually, they appear briefly as a cameo. Yeah, to wrap up basically the whole evil Tim Drake stuff. Yeah, and by the way, he comes back and changes his name to Savior. Well, at least I gotta admit this. Stories were good. It's interesting though, he made his debut in a story arc that's barely talked about nowadays. But I found this story really interesting. I think Sean McKeever did a great job for his very first story arc he did. I give this book a 9.5 out of 10. Yep, so yes, that's the particular view. Next up basically is going to be Jujutsu Kaisen. I may get a chance to save it tonight. If not, I'll probably save it for tomorrow. Because thanks to taking care of Dr. Stone, I still got, the only anime I got to do is this one is going to be Girlfriend and Goblin Slayer. Yeah, so it might be 3 anime tomorrow. Possibly. I'm trying to get this stuff done because my mom really wants me to spend time with my nephews, which I'm looking forward to spending time with them. Yep. Next view. Bye.